Hi everyone, welcome back to the studio. I had a little bit of a computer error and I think it was the user's fault. I don't think I pushed the record button when I first started on this video. So let me go over a few things, but I'm going to roll the intro first and then we'll get started. Here we go. Okay, welcome back. We are going to do a heritage page for my grandmother now, my maternal grandmother. And I'm back to, and I believe the collection's Forever Yours. I'll correct that if I'm not correct on that, and I'll list it below if it's still available. And I'm using two brand new thin cuts, but I used on another page a couple days ago. And I just love these, and so has everyone else because they've come and gone out of stock. So I believe they're back in stock now. This is the thin cuts 3x3 photo frame, and this is the thin cut that is the postage frame. And I'm going to use those today, and I'm documenting my beautiful grandmother who has passed and it isn't here with us, and I miss her dearly. This was her as a young teenager. I believe she was 16 at this point. I've layered here with some black glitter cardstock. I've taken some black velvet, which is also from close to my heart. It's right here. And I've kind of just swept that around there, and then I've glued it onto the back. And with both the glitter paper and the black velvet, I would encourage you to use some liquid glue because I think that would stick a lot better than your tape glues. So there's that. I've also die cut out a couple of black glitter doilies, and let me see if I can get that packaging for you. This is called Fancy Doilies, and there comes two to this grouping here. So I think those are still available. If they are, I'll list those down below too. So here are the pictures of my grandmother that I am going to put onto this page. And I think what I want to do is I want to layer this in here. These zip strips or branding strips, which is on the side of all the decorative papers, I'm going to put on the top and the bottom of each of these pages. So let me lay this out and I'll show you what I'm thinking of here. So there is one part where there's a lot more cream on one side than the other. So I just want to make sure it's going in the right direction here. Also, when you're working with this paper is directional because it has words on it and they are legible. So you want to make sure that you use those the right way. Okay, so what I wanted to do is list or place these photos in age of what I know best about my grandmother. So this one's going to go right here. This is her as a baby. And I'm going to put down here, I'm going to think I can put this a little bit higher. I'm going to put her birth date and the date that she left us and went to heaven. I'm going to put that down here. This was her at 35. I've got one of my cords hanging down here. Pardon me. She was 35 there, and I believe she was a teenager here. So I'm going to kind of turn these a couple different ways. This was right before she passed. These are a couple pictures I took of her. And let me see. I kind of don't want anything to match as far as direction goes. All right, so there's that. I like that. And then I have some die cuts that I wanted to include. Bear with me. I'm over here collecting a few things. So I think I want to put this bow on. This was, there's some die cuts that you can buy per sheet outside of all the collections. They're in the catalog, and I'll find those and I'll list those for you down below too. So here is a heart I thought, you know, said so much about how much I loved her. Still love her. Not quite sure how I feel about the direction of that, so I'll let that I'll dwell on that for a few minutes. And then I've got this other black doily. I kind of wanted to make a grouping. I'm just not sure I like that. I'm thinking maybe it's the shape because it's got curved corners on it. Let me see if I can move these up just a little. Maybe I'll move these down. Those pieces feel a little too modern for this. They feel very geometric and modern. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. These are die cuts from the same collection as this paper. I like that. I've got some gems, but these are glitter gems, and I want to go a little bit more sophisticated. So I think I'm just gonna go find the straight, clear, like a clear gem. So let me get some of these glued down and I'll be right back with you. Promise, I'll push the right buttons this time. Hey, let me fix my camera there. I have finished up the pages for the dedication for my grandmother. I wanted to bring something to your attention because someone has asked me in the comments. Remember, I tape down when I go into my Versamats. I always put down a little bit of tape in the corners up here and usually here. People have asked, you know, doesn't it rip to get off? And you just put a very little bit of tape on the Versamat, and then when I come into the pages afterwards and I first pull them off, I will reach down to those corners wherever that tape is at, and I just kind of roll it up and it falls right off. Or you can use this type of eraser and that also will do the same thing and ball it up. Just, you know, be light of how you do that. So I'm just checking on these pages because you don't want to put it, you know, into your collection of pages and have them stick to each other. I keep them all over in the corner until I photograph, so I don't want them sticking to each other. So here are the pages for my grandma. Let me see if I can bring you into what I've done. I did add the velvet here, which I told you about. I did add on the zip strips down here. And I added on the black glitter here, black velvet, and some rhinestones up in this area. And I put some rhinestones down in here. These right here are one of the best buys, I think, from close to my heart. I think everyone should have these. They're really pretty heavy duty weight, except for the green ones, and I can't figure out why. I've got to give them a call. But these are called white word strips, and I think they might be $3 for all of these. I've used them in so many projects, so I'm going to be ordering a lot more of these. So anyways, I put that down here, and tomorrow I'm waiting on some of I have a very special label making tape that I use. It's actually not a tape, it's a full sheet, and it's clear and it's also matte, so it really blends right into the paper. So I'm going to go into my computer and type that out when that comes tomorrow and put that down on here. So hopefully I'll take pictures tomorrow and it'll have everything down there. So I put a die cut up here of a bow. Let's see if I can get that up in there. And It's hard for me to see if it's going on camera. Anyways, I put some 3D foam on the back of this just to raise it up just a little, and then I put the bow and a little rhinestone there. Coming over here, I did her chronologically through the years as far as I know best. These two last pictures are two pictures that I had taken of her. Little girl, teenager. This, I believe she was 35 or 37, 35 here. And these are in her later years. And then I came over here, and because I was having a hard time getting things to stick to the glitter paper, I just did a tiny staple, the ones from Tim Holtz. These, I just kind of stapled that in there, and then it glues on the back. It's just gluing to the front of it, sometimes a little difficult. And I wanted to make sure that this stayed for ages. And some rhinestones there. And I think that's it. Sometimes less is just more, right? I don't know if some people would say the less, but it makes me feel good to turn, it will make me feel good to turn the pages and see her beautiful face when I turn the pages of my scrapbooks. And hopefully my children and grandchildren will look back on these in years to come and realize that she was a very special lady. So there you go. I will post some still shots of these as this video ends. And don't forget to enter our contest for our free stamp and thin cuts every month, but you've got to leave a comment to win that. So that'll be announced the first week in March. Until next time, first of all, let me say thank you for joining me. It means a lot. But until next time, bye-bye.